Okay, so let's talk about what we call the pillars of health: exercise, nutrition, water, rest, a positive mental attitude, stress reduction. First of all, these are all billion-dollar industries, and they're all very important. You have to eat right. You have to exercise. You have to give your body plenty of water. You have to give your body rest. You have to reduce your stress because that's damaging. And more and more research is being done on how your mental, spiritual state does affect your physical health. And this is very important things to understand. But so if you do all these things, the pillars of your health, just like this picture of the Parthenon, those pillars are solid, then that's a good thing. But what's the foundation of your health? And this is what we've been getting at. The foundation of your health is that your nervous system is working 100%, so your body knows exactly what it needs to do to work right, given what you're giving it. So the foundation of your health would be nerve supply. It's the foundation of your life. So let's look at this house, for example. Why are people sick and in pain? If this house is you, don't you think this person has a chimney problem and a window problem? I bet you the roof leaks and the door and the garage door don't open real well. But what is ultimately the problem? They have a foundation problem. The foundation's not right. Now, if this was your house, you'd have to fix the foundation before you fix anything else. And then, only then, could you fix some of this other stuff. The cool thing about the human body is if this is the foundation and it's fixed, then all these other problems can heal themselves because the body was meant to heal itself. So as a human body, you can see that if we get the foundation right, your house is going to heal and work properly. Excuse me. So let's talk about how that fits into corrective spinal care. We've just been talking about health overall, but there's a normal spine. The spine is supposed to be straight front to back, not have lateral curves and scoliosis. And from the side, it's supposed to have curves. You're supposed to have a curve in your low back, a backwards curve here, and a curve in your neck. And within those curves, the head's supposed to be over the top of itself. Structurally, think about 24 dominoes with a bowling ball sitting on it. So everything's got to be lined up, or it puts a lot of stress and strain on the body. When you see people with forward head or tilted, that's a real good indicator that their spine and nervous system aren't working right. So how many people do we see like that, right? So, and if we look at this poster, can you see the spinal cord, this spinal column with the cord coming through it? Sitting at the top is your brain, and coming down in it is your brainstem and your spinal cord. And if you look, every single organ and system in your body is controlled and run by that. So if there's interference somewhere, that's not going to work right. So again, the foundation of your health is that you're working right. Your brain and your body can communicate with through these nerves to the organs. And that's what we do as chiropractors. So let's get back to that phrase, innate intelligence. Call it what you want. People sometimes get twisted on the terminology. Call it a force, call it an energy, call it whatever. But let's describe it like this. When you were formed as a sperm and an egg, and you came together and you became 2 cells, 4 cells, 8 cells, 16 cells. Now you're 70 trillion cells. Some of us are more than 70 trillion, and we need to work on that. That's a whole nother topic. That intelligence that formed you and developed you is the same intelligence that runs through your nervous system that is telling your body how to work. If we flip these lights off, every one of our eyes are going to dilate. We're not thinking about that. That's just that innate intelligence telling it what to do. You didn't learn that in a book. What'd you have for lunch? Sub sandwich? Are you thinking about digesting it right now? Well, your body's doing that. And that's another example of that innate intelligence. That innate intelligence is what, if you cut yourself, it tells you to heal. And even in medicine, they're relying on that whether they realize it or not. Say you cut yourself really badly and they stitch it up. They're still relying on the body to heal, and that innate intelligence to tell the body how to fix itself. So let's talk about this nerve flow and this life force that flows through your nervous system. It's not so much like the light bulb is either on or off. This would be alive, 100% alive, and this would be death. But really, it's more like a dimmer switch. When you have interference of that nervous system from a misaligned spine, that light is turned down, and the energy the information is not getting through. So what do your organs and systems and your health overall look like if you've been working at 60, 70% for decades? And we wonder why people wear out. You'll probably notice that you have lots of friends in your 30s and 40s, and they do everything right. Gluten-free, vegetarian, exercise, yoga, Pilates, healthy water, but yet they're starting to have problems. That most probably it's that foundation. They're not working right. Not that these aren't important, but you can only have pillars of health on a good foundation. So this is the foundation of your health. So this is a little interesting thing. Life begins at conception. So those two sperm and eggs come together, and like we talked about, that intelligence is imparted and it develops you. And actually the interesting thing is your brain buds off and your spinal cord buds off, and then all the nerves bud off that spinal cord, and your organs actually grow off those nerves. So that should tell you how important and foundational the nervous system is, because you wouldn't even have these organs without the nervous system, and that's what runs them and controls them. So again, this is a picture of two different people. I couldn't find a real life picture of a finger that was cut that wasn't gory, but you guys get the picture. If we cut this guy's finger and we cut this guy's foot, which one's going to heal? Right. So why? Yeah, because it's alive. Well, he's got blood. He's got skin. He's got all the tools to heal. But there's no life. And that life it flows through the nervous system. That's why they don't talk about, well, we're sorry to tell you, Mrs. Jones, your grandfather's liver dead, or he's heart dead, or he's immune system dead. No, it's brain dead. That's the thing we talk about. So this is Gray's Anatomy. The purpose of the brain and nervous system is to control and coordinate the function of all tissues, organs, systems in the body. That is the function of the nervous system. So the nervous system is what runs absolutely everything. When you have a misaligned spine, you have interference in that nervous system, preventing those nerves from telling the body and the organs what to do. And when things malfunction, that's where you have poor health and health issues. So, how did your spine misalign? Let's talk about this for a minute. What do you guys think the very first misalignment most people have? Falling out of a crib? Yeah, that's pretty good when getting dropped on your head. I think some of us got dropped on our head more than others. So, yeah, that's a good guess. Actually, it's a birth process. Statistically, 8 out of 10 newborns are born with an atlas or an upper neck misalignment. And they average that the average child will fall 5,000 times when it's learning to walk. So what kind of damage does that do to a little developing spine and nervous system? So just if you're wondering if we can help you, unless you're one of the 20% that wasn't misaligned from birth, you definitely need to be in here. And even if you were one of those rare 20% that didn't have any misalignment at all, as long as you didn't fall out of your crib, stumble, land on your butt, have chairs pulled out from in front of you when you're a kid at school, no car wrecks, no football injuries, no falling off of horses, nothing like that, well, then you probably don't need us. Realistically, most people can benefit from this to some degree. It's just like dentistry. Some people need a lot, some people need a little bit, but to have everything optimal with your teeth, you go to the dentist and you maintain it. It's the same with the spine. We love checking babies and saying, hey, this one's good, no cavities. We call that a no cavities report. The cool thing about babies, instead of taking a lot of time and money and effort and pain and suffering to get you corrected, babies are easy to fix. So we want to educate you so that we check our children. In our world, all babies would be checked by a chiropractor to make sure their spine and nervous system is working properly and developing properly.